I'm Shenae.
And I'm Nita.
And this week we're talking about the Todoku Pole Saw. All about the Todoku Pole Saw, and yes, you may have not have heard it before because it is a quite unique pole saw. This one is a fiberglass pole saw, so not telescopic like the other pole saws, but this one is a fiberglass pole saw that you stack together like a Lego.
It's really cool. Like, as far as options for fiberglass pole saw goes, there's not a lot of options out there that are great, let's face it. But when working around power lines, you kind of want to be safe and not get electrocuted, so you need a fiberglass pole saw. So Silky did a beautiful job making this pole saw. It is fantastic, and it's stable, and that's the big thing with fiberglass pole saws, is they're often not stable. They're really flexy and bendy, and it's kind of like you're fishing rather than actually pruning. So that's what's really cool. But should we get into it and show you what it would look like should you buy one of these beauties?
Yes.
So this is the box. Should you buy a Todoku Pole Saw? And apologies, we're not 100% sure actually how we pronounce this one properly. So we're going with Todoku or Todoku today. Todoku, I think ends in a U, we'll go with Todoku. But yeah, should you buy one, this is the box it comes in. One pole saw gets its own box. And Shenae has our trusty little Dijon knife that we're going to use to open it up because it's got the strapping all over it. That's it. Okay, so that's all the strapping off. And then we might actually pop this on the bench, I reckon. That'll be easiest to open it up. Now, actually, can you even see it in the shot? Have we got it so they can see the bench? Probably not. Okay, so.
So inside this box, you have the 3 poles, because this pole saw goes to 5.75 meters. So it is quite a high pole saw, especially for not being telescopic. And it comes with its own carry case as well, but then...
We might just start from the top though. What's in the box?
So, in the box
we'll dig everything out and talk about the bottom thing first. No.
Use my trusty little knife, put it on, and then...
Matches your eyes today.
So this is the blade.
Yeah, so that's the Todoku blade. Now, if any of you have a Heihachi pole saw, you will be very familiar with this blade because it is the exact same blade that's on a Heihachi pole saw, but this one is on the Todoku, and it has a different fitting. So you can't get your Heihachi blade and stick it on a Todoku pole. But just so that you know, the way it cuts and the style of cutting is the same as that Heihachi blade.
Yeah, so it has the hook at the end, great to give you that confidence when you are pruning.
Yep.
The saw doesn't slip out of the cut. It has the sickle for undercutting, branches, bark, you name it, and then you have the blade, the teeth itself.
And it's quite a cool blade. It's a unusual tooth style. It's a lot of people think Silkys are all the same, but they're not. They make different saws with different teeth and different metals and all sorts of things. So the Heihachi, or in this case Todoku blade, has a set tooth, so the teeth kick out. So if you look down the length of the blade, it's like you've got 4 rows of teeth because they all sort of kick out on different angles. And the cool thing is that's actually done by hand. So it's many years ago I went to the factory, so it may not be the same man doing the job. But back then, and in my mind, it's going to be the same man, sitting at this machine that looked a bit like a pokies pull-down lever machine, in my opinion. And he has the blade in it, pulls this lever down, and I think it bent 4 teeth. Then he moves the blade across, pulls the lever again, another 4 teeth, keeps going across, flips the blade over, does the other side. So quite amazing. That's done, technically by hand plus machine. And really very closely monitored for quality and that it's done properly, and fantastic. So that's the style of tooth on the Todoku. It's a set tooth, 4 different angles, very aggressive, which means very fast cutting. So very good. The job is done nice and quickly.
Yes.
So the poles. This is one fiberglass pole. There's 2 like this, so you get 2 poles like that, and then 1 handle like this. So the cool thing with this is you can use it at any extension. So you could just attach that blade to the handle if you wanted to, or you could attach one of these poles to the handle and then the blade, or 2 of them and then the blade. Or in fact, you could keep buying the poles and make it as long as you want, really.
Yeah.
Have a competition how long we can have it.
So when placing we'll use these two poles. So when placing the poles together, you would unlock the lever, so it's quite a tight lever, and then you would slide.
It's quite a cool locking system, really. It makes it very safe, absolutely impossible to accidentally close it, you know, like make it pull apart while you're using it or anything like that. It's difficult here because we're limited with roof space. So, am I doing this right? Yes, I am.
Yeah.
So, or am I not doing this right? It must be. Let's have a look. Oh yes, because of the roof, it was hitting it at the wrong angle. Sorry about that. Okay, so we might just lift this. So in here there's a button, just like all the other telescopic pole saws, the same kind of press button. So you pop it just where the button is in front of this black sort of clamp housing and lever. And then the lever comes back and presses it in, which is quite cool. Often you've got to do it with your finger and sort of press it into the pole. So this makes it super easy. So then that means you press it down. Whoopsie. Again, my wall and roof is making that challenging.
So it has to fit in, so you'll notice that this little black wheel, like the little black lever kind of thing, will pop up. Yeah. And then that's when you close it.
Lock it down. Like so.
So it's pretty stable. It won't.
Very, very stable, in fact.
Yeah, it won't slip out at all.
And they've strengthened it here because in the past, fiberglass pole saws did tend to break around that area where clamps or buttons or springs or whatever held them together. So this gives it a lot of stability and strength. And we actually had this pole saw tested for electricity rating, and it was tested for 75,000 kV, and it passed no problems at all. So. Yeah, it's rated, it works well. It's user friendly if you don't have a roof preventing you from getting the pole in properly. And now to pull it apart is really just as simple as putting it in, if not easier. Yeah,
so you lift it up, but it's quite tight, and then you would push that button down and then
without putting a hole in the roof, pull it out.
Yeah, and then away you go. But yeah, this lever is quite tight, like it will.
Well, it's firm. It's supposed to be tight, otherwise it's going to pop open while you're using it. So it's a safety precaution. So it needs to be a firm up and down hold. And then this blade is the same basically. So to put the blade on, same as if you were putting the handle to the pole or the two poles together, you flick that lever up, pop your blade in. You just need to get it on the right angle. Sorry, trying to show you here without taking out Shenae. So it fits nicely in. Again, you push that lever up to press the button in, and then wiggle it down till it locks. And like Shenae said, that black thing pops up so you can see the button is through, and then you just lock it down.
Yep, done and dusted.
Yeah, so good to go. So really, really beautiful. Once again, something that Silky have made. Just beautiful quality, functional, works really well for the task it's designed for.
I'll take that.
And then, as Shenae mentioned before, carry bag.
That's carry bag. So great for very well packed. So you have is the canvas bag as well, so you'll be able to fit all three poles plus the blade in it. It's great for storage or putting in the back of the car or back.
Because it's not telescopic, it's a good way of holding it together.
Yeah.
And the blade zips into the side pocket here, so if it turns around so you can see the sign. If you hold that end. So you've just got a zip along the top here. So unzip it, and that's where the blade would sit. So that fits easy as when you're not trying to hover in the air.
And the stickle's not going.
So it goes in like that. Very easy. Extra room.
Strapping as well.
Yep.
Throw over your back. Handle, two handles. You want to carry two.
Well, this actually you strap around here as well if you want to give it a bit of extra support too. So like Shenae said, you can hang this on something, or you can undo it and strap it around the bag to just give it a bit more support to hold the poles nice and sturdy and still. I guess that would be for travelling perhaps more than anything else. And then this bag, actually, we have fitted a couple of extra poles in for some of our customers that wanted it to be longer than the 5.75? Yeah, so you can actually fit quite a bit in this bag, which is really cool. Other features very similar to the other Silky pole saws, you have the special rubber handles. So this is that special gom rubber that they've won awards for, which is really great, and it's got other really good features. The gom rubber?
Yes, it's so basically the
I thought I'd just throw that. I'm like, I'm talking for too long. I'll let Shenae say something, but I didn't tell her I was going to.
So basically, it's perfect for like hard obviously you are doing hard work, but the more sweatier you get on your hands, the more grippier it gets. So especially if you're working in slippery conditions or it's raining, it's really gonna hold on to your hands. And it's got nice little grooves, so it fits all the little creases straight into your hands. So it's a nice, comfortable grip when pruning.
And it also absorbs vibration, which is one of the cool things about it.
Yeah.
So if you're doing lots of work, like Shenae said, and you get that sort of vibration through with your cutting, that absorbs it, so your hands don't fatigue as easy, which is great.
Yeah, and on the bottom of it as well, we'll pass it through here.
Yeah.
We have, what I forgot is the... Nita.
The stopper.
That's it.
What is the word? Shock absorber. Stopper. That would be up there with the buttons. Shock absorber.
So this is designed so when you have all the poles together and you're up pruning, and then when you release the pole saw from your hand to touch the ground, this will help absorb all that vibration to stop the poles inside from rattling too much and causing it to...
So this is sort of our beautiful Australian customers. We are a little bit renowned in this country for being hard on equipment and abusing it and doing things we really shouldn't do. So when you finish using a pole saw, technically you should put it on the ground. But our Australian customers, not all, but some, do tend to just let it slide between their fingers like this until it smashes onto the ground. And that's what Shenae's talking about. If it smashes onto the ground, it's going to, cause all of these joints to bang together and, damage will be made. So
there we go.
Silky Japan, in their wisdom, have made a shock absorber, which we now remember what it's called, on the bottom of the pole saws to absorb some of that vibration. Now that does not mean you should go, yay, I'm never going to have to place my pole saw on the ground again. I'm just going to let it slide through my fingers and smash onto the floor. Eventually this is going to cause damage to your pole saw. This is simply a bit of an assistant safety precaution to help you not damage your pole saw as quickly. So please use them correctly and you will have this pole saw for decades. But if people do accidentally, once or twice, not use it correctly, then hopefully it will survive because of these features.
Like we lent it to a friend.
Yeah, well that is actually, it wouldn't be, I wouldn't say it would be uncommon for us to get one customer every couple of weeks going, oh, do you sell replacement parts for this particular one or that one? Because I borrowed a friend's and it broke, or I broke it. So let's not have that happen.
No.
So that is the Todoku in a nutshell, really. Fantastic handle, fantastic poles being oval, give them great stability, easy to lock in and lock out, and secure. That's the big thing, very, very secure. And the fantastic feature is that you can just make it as long as you want when you buy those additional poles. It comes obviously with safety instructions, particularly because it is designed to be used around power lines. And it's fairly straightforward, but that little booklet is in with it as well.
Yeah.
And then looking after it, as we said, don't misuse it, but also cleaning it. Big thing with blades.
Yeah, so you would use, the key thing is to clean it because you'll have a long-lasting blade. But we recommend our Easy Cleaning Spray. Yes. So it's 100% natural antibacterial spray with the tea tree oil being the base product. And this will help eat into that sap. So you would get like an old fibrous rag or like a towel.
Oh, towels are great.
Yeah, towels. And that will help draw all the wood chips or the sap out of the teeth as well. We also do recommend using a little bristle brush as well for those caked on subs, just to remove basically.
Well, the bristle brush really for me, I love that it cleans the wood out of the teeth, because the teeth are normally the hard thing to get the wood out of. So if you've got your bristle brush, you can really sort of dig into those teeth nicely to get all of that wood chip out of them, which is great. So something like this is brilliant because your handle is up away from those bristles, so no chance of cutting yourself, which is cool. And then fibrey kind of cloth.
So we have the little 100ml bottle, and then we have a big 750ml, which is a lot more bang for your buck, basically.
Yeah, better value.
Yeah, so it cleans like your saws, obviously, your secateurs, your snips, you name it. And then we suggest like a lanolin.
Oh, yep.
A lanolin spray as well.
Totally prepared today.
Lanolin based lubricant basically. So we had the Oz spray here, and then you can get it from your hardware stores. Yeah,
so just make sure you use a actual lubricant. There's a lot out there that people use, not realizing they're not actually, designed to protect and to keep that product lubricated. So the great thing with the sheep oil is it creates a protective seal over the blade, which is going to stop oxygen getting to the blade, and therefore the corrosion process can't happen and cause the rust.
Yep.
So clean it, spray it with something like the lanolin, and you will have a beautiful shiny pole saw ready to go for years and years to come.
But other than that, we hope you enjoy the rest of your week.
Yes, and if you like this video, please subscribe, hit the like button, and leave us a comment. Any questions, just put them down there and we will do our best to get back to you.
Yes. Bye.
Bye. It's really great, and it's got other really good features. The gum rubber?
Yes, it's so basically the
I just want to destroy that. I'm like, I'm talking for too long. I'll let Shenae say something, but I didn't tell her I was going to
so
do that.
basically it's perfect for